Welcome back to Legion Builds, where I show you how to bring your favorite fictional characters into games of Dungeons & Dragons. Today we're visiting the lands of Pandora with everyone's favorite mask-wearing, booze-drinking, and bird lover, Mordecai. Let's get right into this. Today's goals are to build the galaxy's greatest sharpshooter, someone capable of delivering high level of accuracy no matter the weapon, all while drunk off his ass. Next, you need to be the ultimate hunter, because that's what you are. It literally says hunter in your intro. Simple. Finally, who is Mordecai without Bloodwing or Talon? Depressed. That's who. So you're getting a pet bird, or whatever they are. We're using standard point array because I'm not gonna roll for you or do math for point buy. I do a lot of these builds. I can be lazy if I want. We're not multi-classing, so no worries. Start things off with Dex at 15. You want to shoot? That needs accuracy. All Dex. Wisdom will follow at 14. Tracking and animal handling are all wisdom based. Con will be next at 13. You don't eat, like, at all. You even say so. Your diet is all booze, and for some odd reason you haven't died of starvation or drinking questionable liquids from even more questionable people. Intelligence will be a 12. You have great understanding of nature and the lands around you. Charisma will be low with 10. You don't have many friends, and those that do shoot people. Hell, Moxie dumped you for Jack, but he obviously has maxed out charisma stats with expertise in all his charisma based skills. Finally, we're just gonna dump strength. It's not important, plus you're really small, though it doesn't help you're always standing next to brick at all times. Guy's the size of a house. Mordecai is a human. Varying human gives you a free feat with your stat adjustments. Place +1 into Dex and +1 into Con. Crossbow Expert allows you to ignore reloading properties on all crossbows. Being within 5 feet of a hostile creature doesn't improve disadvantage on attack rolls, and you can fire a hand crossbow with a bonus action while holding another weapon. If you're wondering why I'm not giving him Gunner, it's because for some reason not every DM allows firearms in their games. I do, but not everyone. Also, guns in D&D are terrible, but if your DM allows firearms and uses good ones, replace Crossbow Expert with Gunner. For your free skill, take Stealth. Finally, for background, we need Nature and Insight. You're someone who lives off the grid and loves birds, so Ranger it is. 4 skills take Animal Handling, Perception, and Survival. Level 1 Rangers are Deft Explorers. This grants new abilities spread out over several levels. First, it gives you Canny. Choose 1 skills you are proficient in and now double the proficiency bonus. Feel free to put this into Stealth, Survival, or Perception, as they're all really good. I myself am going to put this in Animal Handling. Favored Foe lets you add bonus damage to your attacks. After hitting a creature, you can mark them as your favored foe for 1 minute, adding a d4 to the damage. You can only mark 1 creature at a time, and you must maintain it. Finally, you can only use this feature a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus per long rest. Level 2 Rangers gain a fighting style. Archery adds +2 to your attack rolls with all ranged weapons. You're also a Spellcaster, starting off with 2 spells. Cure Wounds heals 1d8 plus your wisdom modifier. Hunter's Mark is similar to Favored Foe. This is a bonus action that you can take to mark a target for up to 1 hour, and every time you deal damage to them, they get an extra d6 of damage. You also have advantage on all survival and perception checks made against finding them, and you can move the mark with a bonus action to someone else. This is also a concentration, so you can't stack it with Favored Foe. Level 3 Rangers receive Primal Awareness. You learn additional spells at different levels. For this level, Speak with Animals lets you communicate with Bloodwing for 10 minutes. Speaking of Bloodwing, Beastmaster gives you a Primal Companion. You can now summon a beast to aid you. When you summon it, you choose a type, and we're going with Sky. Bloodwing has a flying speed of 60 feet, obeys your commands, doesn't provoke an attack of opportunity when moving through a hostile zone, and can deal 1d4 +3 plus your proficiency bonus when they attack. Now, if you would prefer to actually have an animal that uses the sidekick rules found in Tasha's Cauldron of Everything, replace this subclass with the Hunter subclass. Personally, I like to use the sidekick rule cool, but you may have a sadistic DM that will want to hurt the poor thing, so this is better. For your new spell, Longstrider adds 10 feet to your movement for 1 hour. Level 4 Rangers get their first ability score improvement. Time to grab a feat. Sharpshooter allows you to use the longest range possible for a weapon. You ignore half and 3/4 cover, and before you make an attack, you can give yourself a -5 penalty to the shot to deal an extra 10 damage on a hit. With this and Crossbow Expert, you can now have a heavy crossbow with a range of 400 feet. Normal crossbows now have a range of 320 feet, and your hand crossbow has a range of 120 feet. And you can shoot twice. Oh wait, you can't shoot twice. Let's fix that. Level 5 Rangers gain extra attack. You can now attack twice with a single action. You gain a new spell from Primal Awareness, Beast Sense. For 1 hour while you maintain the spell, you can see through Bloodwing's eyes and hear what they hear, but your senses are muted. By the way, as your primal companion is a beast, both Beast Sense and Speak with Animals work with Bloodwing. You also have second level spells. Let's bump up your ranged abilities even more. Magic Weapon makes one weapon magical for 1 hour while you maintain this spell, adding +1 to attack and damage, meaning your heavy crossbow is now beating resistances at 400 feet. Level 6 Rangers receive another feature from Deft Explorer, Roving. You now have a climbing and swimming speed equal to your walking speed, and your total movement is increased by 5. Favored Foe is also improved to a D6 of extra damage. Level 7 Beastmaster Rangers now have exceptional training. You can use a bonus action to tell Bloodwing to dash, disengage, or hide. Also, all of Bloodwing's attacks are now magical. I'm afraid we can't add elemental effects to Bloodwing's attacks, but they can beat resistances now. For your new spell, Pass Without a Trace adds +1 to all stealth rolls for 1 hour while you maintain this spell on any creature within 30 feet of you, including yourself. Level 8 Rangers receive another ability score improvement. Place this into Dex for better AC and ranged attacks. Landstride makes non-magical plants that are difficult terrain cost no extra movement, they can't slow you, and can't cause damage to you. This also gives you advantage on saving throws against plants that are magically created or manipulated to impede your movement. Level 9 Rangers now have 3rd level spells. You gain a new Primal Awareness spell as well. Speak with Plants lets you talk to plants. Yeah, that's what it does. It lets you talk to plants. Makes no sense for you, so let's move on. For your new spell, it's time to get a Volcano Sniper Rifle, my favorite sniper rifle from the game. Flame arrows let you imbue 12 pieces of ammunition with fire damage. Each bolt will cause 1d6 fire damage on a hit, and the bolts are no longer magical after they're used, so don't worry about your enemies using them back at you. This spell lasts for 1 hour and must be maintained. Level 10 Rangers gain their final feature from Deft Explorer, Tireless. You can now give yourself temporary hit points equal to 1d8 plus your wisdom modifier a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus per long rest. You can also decrease your exhaustion level by 1 on short rest. Nature's Veil lets you turn invisible as a bonus action for 1 turn a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus between long rests. This is more zero, but who cares, you're an invisible sniper now. Level 11 Beastmaster Rangers now have Bestial Fury. Bloodwing can now attack twice with a single action. For your new spell, it's time to get some Iridian weapons. Lightning Arrow fires a bolt of lightning from your ranged weapons. When your crossbow bolts hit, the creature takes 4d8 lightning damage and half of the damage if you miss the target. Also, any creature within 10 feet of the target must make a dex save or take 2d8 lightning damage on a failure. This spell can be maintained for 1 minute but is only good for 1 shot, but it's a bonus action so you don't lose your extra attacks. Level 12 Rangers get another ability score improvement, Cap Off Your Dex for a 20. Level 13 Rangers now have 4th level spells. For your new Primal Awareness spell, Locate Creature allows you for 1 hour while you maintain the spell to describe or name a creature. You can now sense their direction if they are within 1,000 feet of you, but if running water at least 10 feet wide divides you, you can't sense them. For your new spell, Elemental Weapon lets lets you add magical elemental damage to your crossbows for 1 hour while you maintain the spell. The weapon is now magical, adds +1 to attack and damage, and deals an extra 1d4 element damage of your choice. Not as good as flame arrows or lightning arrow, but this is not a one-shot and can be acid or cold damage. Level 14 Rangers have their favored foe upgraded to a D8, meaning it's now better than Hunter's Mark. Plus, it doesn't use a spell slot. Vanish lets you take Hide as a bonus action, and you can't be tracked by non-magical means or leave a trail unless you choose to. Level 15 Beastmaster Rangers can now share spells with their beast. Now when you cast a spell targeting yourself and Bloodwing is within 30 feet, they will receive the effects. Even though Mordecai uses pistols and sniper rifles, let's give him a shotgun or an assault rifle with your new spell. Conjure Barrage fires a 60-foot cone from your crossbow that fires non-magical shot. Everything in the cone must make a dex save or be hit by 3d8 worth of bolts. Level 16 Rangers get another ability score improvement. Let's raise Wisdom for better perception and tracking. Level 17 Rangers now have 5th level spells. Your final spell for Primal Awareness is Commune with Nature. With this spell, you instantly know 3 facts about the land around you for 3 miles. These facts can be the terrain and the bodies of water within them, different types of plants or animals, buildings, if the land is being influenced by other planes, or if there is a powerful creature such as a fae, fiends, elementals, celestials, or undead. For your new spell, it's time to unleash hell. Conjure Volley, which lets you fire a piece of non-magical ammunition in the air and bring down a volley on targets 150 feet away. Every creature within a 40-foot radius, 20-foot high cylinder, 150 feet away from you must make a dex save or take 8d8 damage. Level 18 Rangers gain Feral Senses. You are now aware of any invisible creature within 30 feet of you if you're not blinded or deafened, and you can't have disadvantage against fighting it. Level 19 Rangers get our final ability score improvement. Let's make Wisdom an 18. For your final spell, Swift Quiver lets you fire more than just 2 shots. For 1 minute while you maintain this spell, you can fire 2 shots with a bonus action. The bonus action shots are magical, and the bolts vanish after they hit or miss. Our final level is level 20 Rangers, and you are now a Foe Slayer. Once per turn, you can add your Wisdom modifier to your attack or damage rolls against your favored foe. Let's look at this build. You are a killer. You can deal extra damage to foes, add elemental damage of multiple types, shoot up to 4 times with a possible range of 400 feet, can ignore up to half cover, or just hit multiple targets at once. Bloodwing is your perfect partner as well. Bloodwing's attacks are magical, they can attack twice, you can see through their eyes, talk to them, and you can increase their total movement or even heal them if they're within 30 feet of you. Finally, you are a true hunter. You have advantage on tracking your target, you can sense your target's location, can't be tracked yourself, you can move through difficult terrain as if it was normal, add +10 to stealth, and can know details about the area you are in. Downside. Firstly, you can't do magical damage without spells, which really isn't too bad, but as you have a lot of concentration on you, can't use them all at once. Meaning if you're using Hunter's Mark or Favored Foe to deal bonus damage, you have no magic weapon, elemental weapon, swift quiver, flame arrows, or lightning arrows to deal magical damage. So you have to decide between bonus damage or magical. Finally, your wisdom save is good, but it's not great, which in all honesty isn't that bad. It's still a +4. There's actually an alternate way to build Mordecai. Replace Crossbow Expert with Piercer to add +1 to Dex, and make Dex 14 at the start. Forget crossbows and take a longbow. You'll gain a range of 600 feet with Sharpshooter and can now cap your wisdom. This alternative will maintain all benefits while fixing the not so bad weaknesses. Can't fix the magical damage versus bonus damage. There is a way, but it doesn't fit this build, and we have to subtract about 6 levels to be able to do that. Maintain a strong distance from your enemies, keep out of sights, and pepper them with shots. If they get close, unleash Bloodwing and give them hell. Thank you for joining me today. Make sure to like and subscribe to not miss a single new build, and check out my other video game builds. If you're listening on Spotify, please give me a good rating.